I guess for you then, Bumi, I'm curious to know, what would you say was the most unexpected aspect of navigating exits as an investor, given your track record as a founder and seeing all of those sort of crazy things that happen when you're at that sort of end of the growing journey? Yeah, what were some things that perhaps unexpected or you didn't really have visibility into as a founder?
The best way to start is like everything that could go wrong will probably go wrong. So get prepared for that. And I think it's also rare, right, to actually have like true exit. For us, as a founder, starting a business in 2011, raising private equity money in 2015, and then 2020, walking through an exit for my investors, extremely hard. What did I not expect? Firstly, PEVC timescale for investment. Most of the time doesn't make sense in Africa. You have a 5-year fund, you have a 7-year fund, sometimes you have a 10-year fund. It forces you to make certain decisions at a certain time that may not be aligned with the macroeconomic factors, right? I always tell people in Africa, every 5 to 10 years, there is likely to be a big devaluation. There's likely to be an election. Those two things is almost guaranteed to happen. And when they happen, you're gonna lose 2 years. How do you fit that 2 years into your, into the life cycle of your fund? And so that leads to my second point in terms of the second challenge. And the second challenge is that most of the time, investors and founders are not aligned. And what do I mean in terms of exit? Founders want to hold the company forever, many times, especially in Africa where that's quite nascent. Investors want to exit in 7 years, which means that by year 5, you must have started shopping it around. Now year 5, my investor comes to me and they're like, hey, I'm just getting started. 4 or 5 years, guess what? I lost 2 years because there was election, because there was devaluation. So I lost 2 years. So technically, you've been with me 3 years. Now, all of a sudden, you have misalignment. That creates a challenge. Now, when you have that challenge, it's now how do you navigate it? In any case, you've spent all the money, by the way, right? And maybe if you're lucky, you just started making a profit. Now, how do you give back a PE firm that has given you $16 million, in our case, $20 million in cash, in USD, by the way? So I think those are the two biggest issues that you have to think about as a founder that are extremely challenging. And what I've learned, but on the other side is also say that, hey, I've done it, right? And then also my aunt, I was lucky, my aunt is Funke Okwege, that sold her company Main One for $320 million, and she started it in 2010. I think sold it in 2022 or so. So a lot of case studies there as well. It's doable, but it is, extremely difficult.